1897, the Rondebosch Boys High School was founded, and it's carried over the years a wonderful tradition of being a great educational institution as well as a great sporting institution, having produced many, many great players. Today, First National Bank bring us a classic clash between Rondebosch Boys High School and Diocesan College, commonly known as Bishops by most people, and one of the great classic clashes that we have seen and hopefully will continue to see this season. Well, the crowds have certainly packed in, as they always do, for this traditional derby clash. Bishops are just 500 metres up the road to school, and it's an extremely cold day here in Cape Town. You can see the minimum temperature, but perhaps the big worry for the teams is the cold wind that's blowing straight down the middle of the field, and it could make it a game of two halves. Who knows? We will wait to see just what happens in that respect. Well, the old boys are in, the boys are in, and the supporters are in for what hopefully will be a really big game. The visitors are captained by Jean Pienaar, son of Francois Pienaar, the former Springbok captain. They have two really good centres in Robert MacDonald and Lubella Scott, who's been chosen for the Western Province Craven Week team. That's Scott, of course. And at fly half, James MacDonald also will look to try and steer the ship. They have some tall men in their forwards, do Bishops. Byron Cranswick at number 7 there, and bear in mind that Bishops do not wear numbers when they play, and they will be playing, as is traditional, in blue jerseys, given the fact that the home team always plays in white. So that's the Rondebosch team then. Mike Navavana is in the Craven Week team, the fullback, and Garth Schenker will captain this side. Matthew Grobler is in the Western Province Academy team, and Carl Schmidt is the brother of Rain Smith, who is an institution here at Rondebosch and has played rugby, of course, for Western Province as well. That pack of forwards there will probably be a key to Rondebosch success, and one needs to say the same, one guesses, for Bishops too, that they really do need that. So this is the Bishops team then. You can see Jean Pienaar in front there, and they traditionally coming from under the posts on the field. That's their entry point. But for Rondebosch, their entry is through this big tunnel as they come out resplendent in their white jerseys and led out by Garth Schenker. Alongside me, Gareth Wright, a former pupil of the school in Western Province, fly half too. Gareth, the interesting thing is that there have been some tight games over the years, but the last 2 years we've seen the games that have been played here at Rondebosch have been very, very high-scoring games.
Very good afternoon to you, Gavin. And of course, last year Rondebosch ran out victorious by more than 50 points. The year before it was Bishops' turn, who racked up the half-century. So are we in for another high-scoring game? One might think it'll be a lot tighter than the previous two encounters on this field. Of course, both sides this season have stuttered at times, and they'll be looking to get their season off to a flying finishing start for this second term of rugby down here in the Western Cape.
Yes, I can hear you.
So James MacDonald, the fly half, will start this game for the Bishops team. His brother, Rob MacDonald, is the guy I mentioned a little bit earlier. He'll be playing alongside him at centre. We saw a great tussle between the second teams too, just prior to this. See our referee there. Egan Seconds, of course, having played 99 matches for Western Province. He's been a great servant, and it's so good to see ex-players becoming referees too. You see more and more of it these days. It is a profession that can be considered by ex-rugby players.
It was great to see. He had an evening out in Potchefstroom last Saturday night with the Western Province Currie Cup side against the Leopards. Today in a massive schoolboy derby. So brilliant for his development, Egan Seconds. And I'm sure he'll be relishing the occasion to referee in his first derby between these two great rivals that are separated by 400 metres.
Well, when you played in 1997, you know, Jonathan Kaplan's reffed a lot of matches here too. He wasn't the ref, was he?
No. Father was beckoned for him. I think Jonathan Kaplan didn't, and a well-decorated ref. Well, away we go here as MacDonald gets us going.
It's a great kick in from James MacDonald. Robbie Davis at fly half, and then not a great kick that from Thunderbell Blake. They've done well, have Rondebosch. They've held on to the ball.
Advantage over.
And continue to surge into Bishop's territory.
Tackle now, tackle there, tackle.
Some good work being done there by Mani Manani, the right winger for Rondebosch. Davis now onto Maputing.
No hands, Blue, no hands.
Always a lot of speed in the early stages of a schoolboy rugby match. Got to get all that adrenaline out of your system, or maybe you want to keep some of it too. Early ball here for Davis, but he's thumped into the deck. A great tackle on him. My fellow commentator, I think, will vouch for the fact that there's a little love lost in these encounters. Really the big derby, and in any derby match, it is like that. Schenker, good play by him, and then the offload from James van Rensburg has seen a turnover. Out from Harry Macon, MacDonald, Lubella Scott. He's a man that the Rondebosch team will have to keep an eye on, Lubella Scott. At centre for Bishops, he's an excellent rugby player. So MacDonald, change of direction, bringing the forwards into play too. And we know the tradition of Bishops as well, playing rugby with ball in hand. And sometimes one feels that there are times when they can kick, but they tend to try and keep the ball in hand.
They just needed to move it through the hands. McDonald looking for the inside ball. Unfortunately, not going to Cranswick's paws, and it's coughed up possession in a handy field position for the side in white in Rondebosch. An early opportunity, a lovely blindside to exploit if they can get a right shoulder and free up their inside centre in front of Bell Blake. Isn't it great to see the running rugby on show down here in the Western Cape, as we see the front rows back weight.
Not the front rows. Those would have been very big boys.
Well, the back weight, 7.53 to 7.56, really nothing in it. So it'll be a tussle up front between these two outfits to see who gets the ascendancy early on.
So James van Rensburg with the feed. He played under 15C, so for all those youngsters out there, there's every opportunity. Doesn't matter where you play, just keep trying hard. Great running here by Rondebosch. Mavovana, that's a great kick through. The bounce is favourable. It could be a great start, and so it is. The try then to Dane Stevens.
Well, what a start from Rondebosch. Fortune favours the brave. They plugged the blind side, and Mavovana's pass inside found the boot of Stevens, a man who's a sprinter. And it was the inside ball, control of the boot via the soccer skills, and then he cracked on the pace at Stevens. And he's under the bar, and just the start for the home side. An easier conversion for Van der Vel Blake. And he's duly obliged. And Rondebosch have hit the front early on.
Well, very interesting there. Just a little bit of luck, one feels, as well, for Dane Stevens, getting this ball onto the boot.
And Mavovana looked for the inside ball. It was a good tackle from Lubella Scott, but well controlled by Stevens. The bounce was kind to him, and he's in under the bar for an early score for the home side.
Just everything you would want as a home team. Schenker into a little bit of space. Some good efforts coming there from Viljoen Stellick. Up she goes from Robbie Davis, who of course has played in the scrum half position too. He's at fly half today for this match. Bishops, rather Rondebosch, really wanted to keep an eye on Lubella Scott. MacDonald looking to unleash the backs. Carry up coming there from Oka. Sika Oka's at loose head for Bishops. Now the quick take. MacDonald looking to try and bring his brother and the rest of the backs into play.
Advantage for not 10.
Scott brought down. So Bishop's getting a fair bit of possession right now. Looking to make use of it. Byron Cranswick will also look to carry the ball up on occasions. He's playing at flank today. He's also a lock forward. He's nearly 2 meters. Tall boy. Oh, it's an interception. But the referee's whistle is gone. And Van der Bijl-Blake will not have a run in.
Good advantage played by Egon Seconds. And Rondebosch being penalised for not being the 10 metres from the initial penalty. Now, you would expect Bishops to stick it into touch via the boot of MacDonald and try to set them more from there.
Gareth, you've kicked a lot on this field, of course, having played here, and that they're going to do. Did you not believe that there could have been an opportunity of kicking a goal? Well, in the meanwhile, they haven't kicked it out, and that they'll be disappointed with.
Now, Gavin, into a strong breeze of Bishops, and one might have felt that MacDonald just wouldn't have had the legs. Criminal error, not finding touch. Eventually, it was hoiked in by Mike Mavavana. And Bishops have a line out just outside that Rondebosch 22-metre area.
Ball from Cranswick there, Joseph Hofmeyer rather with a throw-in, but it comes the way of Rondebosch. And the knock-on coming from Matthew Frobler on that occasion. This is good play, this from Egon Seconds, the referee, allowing the advantage here for Bishops. And I think that's something that they really feel can favour them on occasions, because they've got this great running ability, but that pass slightly forward.
That's the danger of Bishops when they take it to their line. MacDonald's incredibly skillful, getting his hands through the tackle and feeding his brother. Unfortunately, on this occasion, the pass just went forward. Good play by the Fluff. Just have a look at the hands. Did they go forward? Did they go back? Egan Seconds was in a perfect position, but good attacking intent shown by the young pivot in MacDonald.
Fine. Sit.
A midfield scrummage is always useful, giving you options. So Robbie Davis straight behind the scrum there, waiting for James van Rensburg's delivery. Well, it comes from his number 8 instead. This is a real quality player, Mike Mavavana, the fullback for Rondebosch. He's an outstanding rugby player. He's got such a good feel. Great distributor, good hands, great boot.
Not a tall fellow, in 1.70 metre and 72 kilograms. He really relies on pace and skill to beat the man. An intelligent option by Mavavana, playing the game in the right areas.
Advantage.
Jason Hofmeyer with a throw-in.
Numbers.
It's a free kick now to Bishop. The quick take from them. Can they somehow find a way of igniting their backs,
10.
Bishops? Though Rondebosch were not back 10 metres. So Bishops, if they are going to kick for touch here, they're going to make sure they kick it out. Well, they're not going to do that. They're going to run it instead. It's always great benefits when you're running hard at opposition. Puts a lot of pressure on them defensively. MacDonald, little dummy, nice little break here, little shimmy inside. This is where Bishops can be extremely dangerous. Seth Prentice on the left wing there, taking that ball in. So Harry Macon waiting for it now, decides to go blindside.
Wait till this play stops.
This is a good period of play now for Bishops. In a good attacking position. That's a lovely offload. So that one also just slightly forward. Gareth, you know, you see that 5 phases that Bishops went through there. Twice now they've been blown up for little forward passes, but they've done well by getting themselves into space.
I played him passing. Punching the play in the body. Good accommodation. Penalty on this. Yellow card. Okay. I got a report. The punching, striking the player not in the face but on the body, which is a yellow card and a penalty against him.
Bishops have received a yellow card. It's terribly difficult to pick up who's the man who's going to be spending 10 minutes in the yellow chair. And Bishops will be down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes.
So the Bishops man who's actually been summoned to leave the field is Byron Cranswick, the flank forward.
just to get back to your question, Gavin, Bishops need to convert these opportunities. They've had a surfeit of possession since Rondebosch ran in an early score. They need to convert that possession into points, just from a psychological perspective, get themselves back in the game. And however, a man in the bin is not going to help their cause.
Devon Orenser with a throw in. He's a very good cricket player too. Good all-rounder. Good solid throw into the line out, and now the ball gets in motion. Bear in mind too that Rondebosch are playing with a fairly stiff wind at their backs. And they want to also make sure that they use it effectively.
Use it now, 9. Use it now, you've got to use it
James
now.
van Rensburg had better get that ball out, says the referee. Manani did well to hold on to that ball. Brendan van der Westhuizen is in the fullback for Bishops under all sorts of pressure here. But the kick chase was not great, to be honest. And look how well he's got himself out of trouble. Unfortunately, being shepherded into touch.
Oh, did well van der Westhuizen, but a telling tackle coming in from Dane Stevens. See the ground cutting up. And we had a deluge of rain on Thursday down here in the Western Cape. And somewhat slippery underfoot. Van der Westhuizen looks like he's picked up a slight niggle on his knee.
I think he's got quite a big niggle, to be honest, Gareth. You know, he's got a guard on his knee, but he's in a position where his team really needs him right now, and he really is limping. Van Rensburg. Quick pass out there to Carl Schmidt. Rondebosch have certainly got the numbers here.
Blew off his feet.
Not at the breakdown, but in attacking positions.
Still playing advantage.
Ball out there from Matthew Horrigan. And another forward pass. Well, it's going to be a penalty here to Rondebosch. This is a very kickable one too.
And in a derby like this, you take your points on offer. And just showing the value of keeping ball in hand. Unfortunately for the home side, the pass went forward from Van Rensburg. Sanity has prevailed as Rondebosch will take the points on offer.
I'll ask him there to use it because it's sliding out a bit. Remember, you can't slide out. So he's got to pass it back, but the guy that
Jean Pinot receiving some attention. So he's a very good rower, and you can see by his frame, 1.85 meters. Certainly a lanky fellow. So now opportunity for Van der Bijl-Blake to extend this lead to 10 points.
Well, his first kick was from slap in front, a little bit closer than this one. Well, he's got him, pushed it past the left-hand upright. Disappointing that from Van der Bijl-Blake. He's normally a very good goal kicker.
He just felt he took too long over the kick, too much time, and he's sprayed it to the left of the uprights.
There's a ball, there's a ball.
So James McDonald now is standing pretty deep now. Is he going to try and thump this downfield? He's into the wind, which makes it extremely difficult. He can let it hang and get his team up there to do pretty well with the catch. Zaka Sali with the take for Rondebosch. That's good rucking that from Bishops. There's nothing wrong with that. Excellent play by them.
Defensive ruck was fine.
Word from the referee, defensive ruck was fine. Labella Scott brought down with some solid tackling from Rondebosch. Spread themselves across the field.
It all white.
Macon, they're a long way behind the advantage line at the moment, are Bishops.
Stay on.
Again, it's excellent defensive work by the hosts. McDonald now onto Labella Scott. He's been closely watched too, and a good solid tackle there from Amani. Those big tackles always get a great roar from the crowd, don't they? It just shows you how important this tussle is as a derby match for the respective spectators. Macon. Now Manani. In his third year as the right winger for Rondebosch Boys High School. Davis. Neat pass from Davis there to DJ Falconer, who we haven't seen much of yet in this game. Here's Mavavana into a bit of space. Brilliant play by the fullback again. He's got such acceleration.
Just got the slightest sniff of the outside gap. Mavavana needed to keep the ball alive. Good running off the ball by the diminutive fullback. Sold the dummy, but dogged defence by MacDonald. And he's won his side a line out.
I think one of the biggest concerns for Bishops in this contest was going to be scrums. Their lineouts normally are pretty good, and they are showing that with some good competition there. Now James MacDonald is just going to make sure he gets his touch finally up.
And he needs to slow it down, Gavin. They've still got a man in the bin. He should take as much time as he possibly can. Just soak up a bit of that yellow card that hasn't got long to go. And try get back to a full complement of 15 players on the field. Well, the man who was penalised was the tight head prop Mpatang, playing the ball on the ground, blatant in front of the referee, Egon Seconds.
Jason Hofmeyer's throw-in once again for Bishops works well. Harry Macon looking to get James MacDonald and then bring some of the forwards into play too. See Christian Sternick, Luke Viljoen and Brian Kranswick, who's off at the moment. Good ball carriers. Just adding a little bit of oomph to the Bishops' effort. Now Robbie Davis.
Advantage over.
As I said a little bit earlier, he's played in the scrum half position too, so he's got a good appreciation of what's going on around him. Well, Bishop's down to 13 men at the moment. They've got one man on the right of your picture there. He's down at the moment. MacDonald into a little bit of space, but not enough of it. And I've got to say that the Rondebosch defence has been exceptional in these first 18 minutes. Carry up there from Alistair Jewson. Now MacDonald just probing. He's got good feet as James MacDonald. It's almost a little bit, Gareth, like the Rondebosch guys are just waiting for Bishops in the knowledge that they're going to run every ball and not use the boot when it could be used effectively as they move into the 10th phase.
Well, they've gone zigzag across the field left and right, but you need to probe and get more penetration like that.
And good support too, which was very slow and forthcoming.
Now tackle.
So they are getting the possession, and as you heard from Gareth Wright, they've got to use it a little bit more effectively. It hasn't really been happening. Now Scott with the right winger. Tristan O'Manus then very, very quick right winger. And eventually the touchline is found and Rondebosch under a little bit of pressure.
Good mopping up work by MacDonald, but some clever play by the right winger O'Manus, putting the ball to boot. And his side have forged their way into the 22-metre area of Rondebosch.
Okay, that's good.
All the big boys at the back of the Bishops line-out. Jason Hofmeyer's target.
Can one of you move out, please?
You see the line-out stats. All Rondebosch 2 from 2, Bishops 4 from 5. And I want to get this to the bank of ball, and they've missed their jumper.
It's a good offload there, and eventually that ball is kept in field. Rondebosch have done very neatly. Some good work there from Sadi as well. Oh, and Bavana.
Okay, bring him back.
Neat touch found by Mike Bavana.
Yellow card is back, eh? Captain, you record is that.
So Byron Cranswick is back on the field, got the yellow card. So it's back to 15 and 15.
Oh, he's the woes of Bishops.
They really are getting pretty good delivery from the lineouts when they have a clean lineup and able to open up some space. As you said, Gareth, they are maybe zigzagging a little bit too laterally. And then giving away possession, which is the last thing they want to do.
Off your feet, Blue.
It's good work from Hilton Goatley. Made sure that that ball was set up. It's a tap around the neck, which will be a penalty against Dane Stevens.
A little lower. Blue player.
Zika Anka, the man who's been penalised. And it will be frustrating for Mike Bailey, Angus Firth and co. The coaching staff of Bishops have had the lion's share of possession and they just can't seem to convert that possession into points. And again, they've transgressed an opportunity now for Van der Bell Black to find a touch finder, and he's carved off 20-odd meters down this Carlton Lloyd grandstand touchline. Just sliding around the neck was the loose head prop in the form of Zika Oka.
Well, Devon Lawrence has only had 2 opportunities of throwing in the line-out thus far in the match. They're just waiting for the ball now. Rondebosch have been secure in their 2 line-outs. They've won both of them.
That's a more. That's a more.
Lawrence with the ball at the back. We saw the possibilities of a really adventurous ball a little earlier from Rondebosch. Now they're starting to really get the act together here. Neatly unified as a pack of forwards.
You're going to get out. Still in front there, still in front.
Oh, it's gone to ground, so they'll need a play right now. Will James van Rensburg. Well, he gets a second bite of the cherry after his kick was charged down. That's good play. Here's Robbie Davis. So Bishops need to show some strength in defence, just as Rondebosch have done.
Use
as
it.
they find themselves around their 22-metre line. Good work there from Matthew Krobler. Davis. DJ Falconer just
Rock now. That's a rock.
maybe just slipping there as he looked to try and find his way through. Rondebosch have been playing it relatively close, just taking the ball up with the forwards. It is one of those days where the wind can be a factor too. So you've got to be very careful with your passing. Well, so many people said that this could be an incredibly tight match. And I don't think Bishops will be unhappy, Gareth, at this point in time, playing into a swift breeze and down those 7 points to 0.
Now, I want to get some points on the board as MacDonald finds touch, taking play up towards that 10-metre line. And again, the clean-out was just too laboured from the home side. Good work at the breakdown by Bishops. Numbers on their feet, contesting well, and they've won their side a turnover.
So Hofmeyer, he's got Pinar at the back. He's not the target that Cranswick is. And they've gone and lost the line out there, have Bishops. Nice little inventive back pass from scrum off James van Rensburg. Now, this is some distance out, but there's a stiff wind at Van der Bell Blake's back if he does kick it goal.
Well, judging from his last effort, you would expect him to try and knock it down the touchline and set the line up. The line out have started to function well. They had a wonderful drive early on, and they'll be looking to exert that slow poison. Bishops really need to stem them all. And that's a Great touch finder by FNB Black. He's taken play all the way up to within 7 meters of that Bishop's line. Just not rolling away at the tackle, not moving quick enough were the men in blue.
Well, absolutely perfect platform here for that ball of theirs to get going if they can get an accurate throw in and a good catch. Catch coming from Carl Schmidt. Now, can they get that ball going and power it over the Bishop's line? Certainly has got some level of motion. Bishops are going to be careful they don't deliberately collapse it.
Advantage.
The arms come out from the referee. Advantage. That's how close they are. Now the chance for them.
Penalty anyway. Still advantage.
Made a little bit of a hash of that, did Rondebosch. Still, they have another opportunity to take it up. Devon Orange are caught in possession. So there's the penalty now. The big question here.
First one is collapsing the ball, second one is from the side.
Collapsing the ball and coming in from the side where the calls.
And as there calls for a penalty try, the ball is going forward in motion. Rondebosch have decided to go for the quick tap, and Matthew Krobler should be the recipient.
And so he is. Lineup could have potentially worked well for them too. DJ Falcon are now caught in possession. Bishops having to defend for all they're worth at the moment. Davis, there's an extra man here, but not a lot of place or space to work with. As Lenani does really well to get it up close. And Rondebosch going off their feet at the breakdown.
Some really stoic defense by Bishops. They've absorbed a lot of pressure and they've come out on the other side.
Yeah.
They have one guy standing up, he comes in and he jumps, but no one comes up with him.
I was checking that, the one did come up.
They've certainly been under the cosh for the last 7 or so minutes.
But for now they're fine.
And McDonald has managed to relieve some of that pressure.
Remember, at school level, it's 35 minutes each way, so just around about 7 minutes left of this first half.
I just wonder how much effect this wind will have on the game. Bishop's not accustomed to kicking the ball. They want to come away with some points. And there's another line out has gone awry. It's been their Achilles heel, has that for Diocesan College. And seeing that they want to come away with points and then use this wind at their backs in the second half. For Rondebosch, well, it's pretty much of a similar situation. They need to get points before halftime because they'll be mindful of the fact that they enter an ever-increasing southerly wind that's blowing straight down the field, and they'll be into the teeth of it for the back 35 minutes of this contest.
It'll be interesting to see if Bishops actually do use the wind from a kicking perspective, because we know the way they like to keep the ball in hand. But logic would tell you
That was very unstable from the beginning. Yeah, it was unstable from the beginning.
Logic will tell you that kicking it down to the corners would make a lot of sense.
Oh, well, both sides are going to keep the bind on that side. Keep it long so that
the real issue with the binding there from Puteng and Zika Oka, says the referee.
Fine.
Now, does Van Rensburg, it doesn't look like he's going to work the blind. He's got Amani Manani, the right winger, standing in position.
Yeah.
To maybe take an inside pass there from the fly half Robbie Davis. There he is now. Quite amazing story that he and his family walked all the way from Burundi to Cape Town, and they've made this their home. Here's DJ Falconer.
Playing the ball on the ground.
Well, here's a real chance for FNB Black to kick 3 points if that's what they choose.
Well, cynical from Jean Pinot right in front. You'd expect him to have a little bit more savvy as the captain. And they've defended so well. They just need to back themselves on defense. They don't need to give away easy penalties. Right in front, Rondebosch have turned down the 3. And Black will look for the corner flag.
I think that's a very good call, that if they can just make sure that their line-out works properly. We know the strength of their maul that we've seen in this game gives them every chance of a 7-pointer.
The banker ball is surely in one of either Carl Schmidt or Golf Schenker, and they'll look to rumble it over from close quarters.
Schmidt has been the man that they've targeted on a number of occasions. Looks like he could well be that target with this throw in. There he is. Change of direction now. Well,
illegal transfer. He's going to rip it by you. You can't transfer to him. He's going to rip it from you. Yeah.
Well explained there by Egon Seconds.
Illegal transfer.
Just from the line-up, look to shear and shift the drive, and he needed to make contact earlier, did Goatley. Bishops are out of imminent danger.
Well, another line out for Bishops goes right, putting more pressure on the visitors. As this first half draws to a close. Van Rensburg.
Advantage over.
Schenker's pass back inside. Stevens taking the ball to ground eventually. Van Rensburg. He has Matthew Krobler. Good quick delivery for Davis. Van der Bijl just holding on to take it back in. We haven't seen the ball move much wider than the outside centres. It's been one of those games where a lot of the efforts have been at close quarters. Now Bishops find their way through. Good effort from McDonald. And Skomar very making. That's a high tackle on him, so that's going to be a penalty. Quick take from the Skomar.
Happy with that being 10?
Rondebosch not back 10 metres, so Bishops will be comfortable in the knowledge there's a couple of minutes left. If they can scramble some points here, they'll turn in the second half with a lot more confidence.
Oh, Matthew Krobler can find himself rather lucky that he's still on the field. It's a swinging arm around the neck. You see the penalty count, 7 in favour of the home side against the 6 of Bishops. And that's a useful touch finder by McDonald.
What do Rondebosch do about the balls that are kicked that get stuck in the tree there, Gareth? Is a mechanism?
There's a famous teacher down here, Tiki Diaga. He had a long piece of rope and a massive piece of lead on the bottom. He used to throw it up into the trees, rattle the tree, and the balls used to come down at will. Fantastic story. And you see the line-out stats. Well, that's been the problem for Bishops. 5 from 9, where the home side have been on the money with their line-out throwing. And pressure now again on Jason Hoffner to find his jumpers.
Well, this time it's secured by Krenswick.
No.
Sir Prentice is taking that ball in. Can Bishops find a way through this terrific defence that we've seen from Rondebosch? They've got a couple of extra men here. Scott now into a little bit of space. Gets the offload to Prentice. Flying for the line. Well, it's going to be a scrum here to Rondebosch for the knock-on, but they were under all sorts of pressure in the last minute of the first half.
A scything break coming in from the Bello Scott. He freed up Prentice, and one thought for all money that the burly left winger would be in. Some dogged defence by Mike Mavavana and Armani Manani have saved Rondebosch's blushes. They're the handling errors. That tells a tale in itself. 6 by Bishops to the solitary 1 by the home side.
Sit.
It's got to be the worst place in the field to have a scrum. All right-footers, the scrum half and the fly half. That's excellent play from Falconer. He really has made those 3 or 4 metres that they needed. Rondebosch. Mavavana. Always looking to run when the opportunity presents itself, but maybe now's not the occasion. Yeah, it's been turned over, has it? Now it's back with Rondebosch. I always wonder if the players are aware of the fact that it's actually just about half time. And it's kicked out by James van Rensburg. And The half-time whistle from Megon seconds then is offered. It really has been an extremely tough first half. And Rondebosch with that try from Stevens, converted by Blake, are in the lead at the moment.
So Rondebosch are leading this derby down in the Western Cape over their fierce rivals Bishops by 7-0.